the singing, ringing tree. It's said that when the atmosphere swirls around these parts, the melodious hum can be heard across the Pennines. The tree stands as an ever-present onlooker over turf moor. It boasts strength, sculpted from galvanised steel. Yet it's beautifully creative, aesthetically admired and imaginatively inspirational. The tree is a symbol of renaissance in this town. The Burnley Football Club, my football club, have enjoyed a renaissance of our own under Sean Dyche in recent years. He's managed the economy well. We've got the lowest wage bill, but the highest work rate. But is hard graft alone enough to survive?
One of the mantras I bought here when I came to the club and from the last club was that minimum requirement is maximum effort. And I think that resonates very quickly with fan bases. I think it's one of the rare places around England the football really dominates the town. It's still an earthiness to the fan base here and how they believe in the club. When it came to the transfer window, lots of the fans were saying, why haven't we brought in this and brought in that? But in fact, you just, for the money you had, you didn't particularly fancy anybody. Well, there's no point in spending for the sake of spending. Your pot of money has to be enough to get the targets that you want. If it's not, then there's no point in just buying players for the sake of it. They've got to at least be competitive in your group and ideally, of course, move your group forward. And if you're buying players who can't do either of them, then I don't see the point to it. You know, I'd prefer to use the players we've got and help them develop. Do you like picking the same team again and again and again and again? It's not really about that. You know, a lot was made of that. But if the team's operating in the right manner and I think it can win, that's why it plays. It's simple as that. The gaffer swept into town less than 3 years ago, yet he's orchestrated a whirlwind of memories. Would Premier League survival top all those achievements? There was a lot of history made last year by myself, the players, the staff, etc. I think you're borderline going into folklore. We guided the team to where we have done. Tough season, we're fighting all the way, stay in the Premier League, and I think there's a little bit of folklore and you might never get a chance to make that again. Must be part of you thinking, I've done pretty well, I'm getting really a lot of respect in the game. Do you sort of think about where you might end up? Not really. You know, my immediate journey is to get this group in the Premier League. No, the point is you want to be successful in everything. Why are you still doing what you do? You could have sacked it off years ago with your enormous wealth that only just about fits on this pitch. So you could have sacked it off ages ago. But you keep going, you have a thirst and a desire to be successful. Your immediate thought's got to win the next game, which is Leicester. Another big challenge, as simple as that. Can you give me an absolute guarantee that we'll score? It'd be nice if this job was that easy, wouldn't it? You just roll them out there and say, go on, score loads of goals, and they do it. Yeah, why don't they do that? Because there's always 11 others out there saying, I don't quite think you're going to just roll in. Your job's to work out how to beat them, isn't it? I know, it's really easy. Have you noticed how loads of people do it and they're all successful? It's really easy, this job, really easy. Has Danny Ings, has his form been affected by all this talk about Liverpool, blah-de-blah? He's a young lad, he's only human, you know, and I wouldn't say it's affected him literally as we're suggesting, but I think we're all human. You step up a level, that alone, then you've got all the outside noise and inference. It's not just about Danny, your team's got to score. And if we do go down, and obviously both of us hope we don't. You mentioned that twice now. Yeah, what are you doing that for? Because... You know, we don't work like that. No, I'm just asking you a question, right? No, I'm just having some banter with you. I'm being playful. I'm allowed to do that. You're a politician, I'm a manager, and you've got to just answer the question. See, okay? Was there a Freudian slip there? Was there a Freudian... Okay. No, seriously, if we went down, I don't think there's a single Burnley fan who would resent it if you thought, do you know what, I could maybe go somewhere else. Would you do that? That's another day's news. You know, it's not today's news. Today's news is Burnley manager, desperate, working hard, fighting to get my staff, this team, our fans in the Premier League and stay there.